Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso, and the Battle Buddies on there. So far, I feel like I'm doing pretty well as an American hero back home in my country because so far I feel like I'm still winning my case as to how many people set each other up online over the same subject or the same situation, how you will put it, to how you all talk on the internet as people nowadays. You all can sit there and claim that you bullied me online as an American hero. I don't highly doubt bullying a soldier after 9/11 will get you laid at a party in America as you're an American hero. Man, when I was on the wrestling team, in the beginning, like, I don't know, I felt like the wrestling team came together really well at one point in school. When I was in Fisher and when I was in Ewing High School, I felt like the wrestling team came really close and we was winning matches. And I don't know, I felt like Ewing High School was a really good wrestling team at the time when I was wrestling. And even, you know, I'm a shy, goofy guy at school. Nowadays, in this generation, as everybody's got something to say because everybody's got the ability to hack the computers and somebody's life online. Everybody, when in the beginning, when you got the few people that learned the internet or the computer in the beginning, there were only a few hackers or a few people that knew what the internet is and hack computers back in the day, in the 90s. So I'm smart. I wish my hometown treat me smarter than you really treat me back home. Because I'm the one that got myself in the military. As my recruiter got me to sign the papers, my recruiter told me I want to do something good in my life. I bet every recruiter is the same, but my recruiter was my teacher. My recruiter was my teacher, and my recruiter was my coach. I knew my recruiter when I joined the military. And I felt like the wrestling coaches were good in your high school. And I felt like I had the same, for some reason, teachers followed me to high school. Teachers followed me to high school, and coaches followed me to high school for some reason. My guidance counselor followed me to high school, and my speech impediment teacher followed me to high school. So, as a freshman, I was nervous and shy, as I always was, going to school. But I guess when you're a freshman, you're more nervous because when you were at Fisher, if there was a big guy, there was like only one big guy in school. We're all was average size kids in Fisher school. But when you get in high school, it's a shit. There's big fucking students at this fucking school. It's high school. As you got freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, you got different ages in high school. There's different ages in high school. As to when you graduate, I guess the normal age of high school you're supposed to graduate is when you're 18. I feel when you're a senior, when you're 18, when you're a senior year, so most majority of those, I'm not sure the math or majority of who age is what, but I feel like majority of the world, 18 is the age when you graduate. As not everybody, there's people that stay back in grade or two, or maybe older, and there's younger. There's also younger students that graduate as to 14 or 15 years old in high school. as they go to college when they're 14 or 15. So there's a lot of different, like, wow, hit you at the same time when you go to high school. In the other schools, it was just going to the other schools. Or in high school, I felt the change on the wrestling team. I felt like, you know, yeah, there were the same wrestlers, and there was different wrestlers because there was different. They had seniors, juniors. So I recognized some faces on the wrestling team, but then I recognized. It felt like majority of the Fisher people that whoever wrestled in Fisher was wrestled in you in high school. I felt like that was not I don't think everybody, because as you make you make your school sound like it's so hard to graduate. You make tests sound like it's so hard to pass the test. So doing a sport in school as a wrestler, being a wrestler is a hard thing. You all can all say football is hard in high school and soccer and hockey and all that. Yeah, each sport has their difficult. Football is probably hard because you get hit fucking hard by people. But like I said, when you're on the wrestling team, you're on the mat by yourself. You have a team, but you basically a wrestler on the mat, and you have audience staring at you. I don't feel like I really ever got used to the audience staring at me when I was wrestling. But you have to focus on pinning the kid. So it took a whole lot of effort for me to focus and pin the kid on the wrestling team while you got the audience, you got your teammate, and you got the other teammates. You got different, at the same time, you got two different schools wrestling in one school. And you know how high school is. So I don't know if anybody talks about wrestling in high school when I was in school, because like I said, I really am a shy, quiet, goofy guy that I don't feel like I picked up any really social skills at all. Well, as I still don't understand people, and that's why I miss my battle brothers. You know what? It's hard for me to be a negative person because I'm not a negative person. You know, I understand life and death, and I know that I'm a 41-year-old dude. I guess an adult. I'm still trying to figure out people too, kids in the world. I felt like I taught kids a lot in the world over the years with my YouTube videos. I don't think I am bad around kids at all. It's like I had to get cock-blocked on the internet. Like when I was on the wrestling team, it seems like people try so hard for me to get in trouble in school. And it's hard to, when you're in a wrestling, it's like everybody has to, if you're tough enough to be on the wrestling team. So there were times when I was in school, other students, I felt like they maybe thought I wasn't tough enough to be on the wrestling team. And I'm like, I don't know. I felt like I was tough enough to be on the wrestling team. As a goofy guy, a shy, how many parties do you think I went in school when I was, when school ended, I didn't know where all the cool kids went after school. Because I always went back home and I basically had a routine to do my homework. I don't even feel like I really remember how I did my homework when I was doing my homework. It was a blur because I had a routine. And yes, I'm not saying I didn't have friends. I had friends. In school. I felt like people like me, and I felt like there's other people that nowadays, as a 40-year-old man, where it's like, damn, dude, it's like we as people, as life, been on the internet long enough for the internet to be cool by now. The internet shouldn't be an uptight way of life. Because who the hell we already know, like, if people don't like a product or a subject or whatever, we have protesters in America. Last time I checked, I don't know if that's there. I think we're working too hard. I'm not. Yeah, there's hard jobs and stuff, but I feel like we're making things too complicated in the world. That's how fast people judge each other nowadays. You see, back in it seems like when the internet came up, you all created a name to call each other because the internet was invented. When that name wasn't called as much as I don't even feel like I think at all. Really, I think that name was invented when the internet came and making fun of somebody. And it's weird. It's like, I really don't know where I'm supposed to be in life right now because I feel like I did the right things in my whole life I'm a veteran. I was trained in the military to stand up for myself, and I don't want to lose. I want to win. That's why when I was on the wrestling team, I felt bad when I lost. Because I wanted to win for the team. I just not just wanted to win for myself. That's another thing, being on the wrestling team. When you're on a football team or a baseball field, you got a whole team out there to help you out as a baseball and the football. You got pretty much all your friends, your teammate right around you on the football team. On a wrestling team, you're on the mat. And then people yelling, screaming, and, people turn on you fast if you don't be a winner. It's just like, I felt like that when I was in school. As to, I didn't want to keep losing for the wrestling team. I felt every time I lost, I felt bad that I didn't win for myself because I already had medals. I already got a first place medal my freshman year. And when I lost, I said, I didn't care about the medals. I didn't care if I won first or place or second, third, or whatever. I wanted to win for the team. Every time we won, I felt like the wrestling team, everybody was so happy in the wrestling. And I was like, yeah, I did something good. You don't always have to get a medal all the time. You treat your veterans like, I don't know why you treat your veterans that way. It doesn't even make any sense. So it's like, I feel that you're not allowed to talk bad about your American soldiers online. You're supposed to support your American soldiers online. So anybody that's talking, it's like how fast you can find a bad guy nowadays and a good guy. But are we making ourselves all bad guys online? So that's how we can invent things on this planet, come up with robots, land on the moon as life on this planet to basically say, fuck it, give up and just hate on each other for no reason. And why should I have to live that way? Just because people decide to give up and say fuck each other on the internet 24 hours a day. And I don't do that. I'm 41. Yeah, I felt like I've been cock-blocked my whole life. But eventually, I'm going to meet somebody, if you all hate it or not. That's the funny part in life. As the outcast in school, the shy, quiet, goofy outcast dude in school on the wrestling team. It's funny how the cool kids bully a kid, and you had to bully me out of getting a girl in school. You have to make me look bad. I think that's the majority of the reason why nowadays on the internet. You're all trying to make yourselves look good around women on the internet, in school, online, in the world. And I guess you don't care that you put down your friend at the party, and how many ladies? I feel like there's enough ladies in the world for a dude to find love in the world. So, I don't know. It's just like, I think a lot. I don't think it's good to think. I don't think there's nothing wrong with thinking, because it's like going to school. You have to think when you're in school. And every time you go to school, you have to think in every class. The teacher makes you think. If you don't see it or not, as you're all blind, what teachers do in school, teachers make you think in school. They want you to think. It's to achieve or accomplish or to adapt or overcome or approve. So I don't know. If we're all students using the internet, I feel like the teachers and the students want to have a better communication with each other on the internet even more, so it'd be more clear to learn the subject online in the future. So I don't feel like the internet is going to be harder in the future, because I highly doubt anybody wakes up to try to use a hard internet. So it just feels like I have some kind of, I don't know. When I was on the wrestling team, it's not. They say you don't have to know everything to be a genius, but in the world we live in, it seems like the internet, you have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect using the internet. Nobody's perfect in the world, but when you use the internet, it's like you have to be perfect to use the internet. One slip up, you all say, fuck you. We're not going to do shit to help you as a person that has life on this planet. So if we keep saying fuck you as life on this planet on the internet, there'll be no more life on this planet. And you all can say that's not a good thing. That's stupid. It won't even matter if this life landed on the moon and came up with robots and all this technology. We were too stupid enough to destroy this planet, and it wouldn't mean anything at all in outer space. Our technology or internet or everything won't mean anything because we're too stupid enough to fucked up the internet. So who's fucking up the internet? Crooked cops, gangs, terrorists, bad guys, jealous ass motherfuckers? Because who's fucking up sex on the internet? You all claim you want to practice safe sex and love, but you fucking up practice safe sex and love on the internet. As you get jealous of each other, just like that. So I took the same classes as you all did in high school. I don't know if they're probably the same or not today, but it's basically English science that somebody's trying to teach history. You know, it sucks that people don't read the book the right way, or even communicate the right way, or use the internet the right way. Because how fast we can fix this shit. Because the internet is a good tool to have. But somehow somebody's trying to mess up the internet. So I don't know if there's jealous ass people that hate sex, so like that, because they're lying. Anybody that said they hate sex, they're lying to you. Because sex is part of our fucking animal kingdom on this planet. If somebody actually gets mad over animals having sex online, and you're the one filming the animals, that get mad at each other's life on this planet, man, the animals might attack. I wonder why animals attack humans on this planet. They said, how the fuck you do? That's like you're cock blocking animals and kitty cats of sex and nudity online. That's funny. We can solve viruses and diseases and wars and violence in the world. We're fighting over sex and nudity like a bunch of kids on the internet trying to find sex and nudity like they're back in the 60s and 70s and the 80s. Your kids are the same with the internet back in the day. That sucks as an adult to grow up and forget you was a kid yourself, right? At court. Because they all say at court like there wasn't kids online figure out what sex and nudity is at court as a judge and the law and the cops. And they just get mad at you like that. Like sex is a sex generation. So that's cool. I'm just getting bullied like I was when I was in school back home, but you're all adults. I'm hacking my life. So, I don't know. I just felt wrestlers got jealous of me when I was on the wrestling team, and I bet the same assholes as a veteran back home are sitting there trying to screw my life with. You're trying to get me kicked out of school so I won't be on the wrestling team so you can wrestle easy kid. Nobody wanted to wrestle me, really, because I was a really hard wrestler. I made everybody look bad on the wrestling team, or not on the wrestling team, when I was wrestling. I felt like I made everybody look good on the wrestling team. Not like you think. I know we all were good wrestlers. Every single wrestler on the wrestling team was a good wrestler. Because we had good coaches. I felt like the reason why everybody was winning, because we had good coaches, but you still need motivation. You still have to have some type of motivation. I felt like I was the motivation on the wrestling team, because everybody thought I was just a shy, goofy guy with glasses, a nerd that I had hardly any girlfriends in my life. And it's to now I had already girlfriends now and now. It sucks that life should be pretty okay on this planet. We should already understand what life and death is and say we don't want death on this planet. We understand what that is. So why would we want to watch that? So I feel like as I am part of the internet community, or the internet, if you like it or not, because you're some kind of cock-blocking weirdo on my computer at court around here for some reason, because maybe I wrestled Hopewell. I wrestled Hopewell. And the richer schools, I guess in the richer schools, I don't know how that happened, that each school should be basically the same everywhere in America. Doesn't matter if you come from a rich community or poor community or whatever you call that community, a ghetto or what. But Trenton was rich once. Trenton was rich. Trenton was not a ghetto. Trenton was a rich city, and somehow I don't know what happened. But it seems like when I wrestled Hopewell, they got mad because they couldn't pin me. I said, I do not want to get pinned because I don't want to lose my team, for my team. And my coach said, just don't get pinned, Commiso. I said, all right. You make it sound like it's easy as you say it. But no, I felt every wrestler tried to beat the crap out of me on the wrestling team. You try so hard to pin Commiso, but I did not want to get pinned. I got mad when I got pinned. I got mad at myself because I wanted to win. Because each wrestler, you wrestle for a team, but you wrestle for yourself. I was trying to wrestle for the team more. I already had a medal. I already got the first place medal and the second place medal. So I was trying to win for the team. But every year it was getting harder and harder because I was the same weight. I was 160 freshman year, 160 sophomore year, 160 junior year. So I figure if I was 160 my senior year, you can get somebody from the freshman and I needed more weight. I needed to be at least like I think 260. If I was 160, imagine if I was a 260 wrestler. Every single person would have a hard time wrestling with me because didn't want to get pinned. I didn't care if I got a first place, a second place, third place, or I was happy when the wrestling team was happy. That's your. Well, it's like everybody's jumping rope before everybody's like trying to psych. I think we psyched each other out. We were psyching each other out. But I was trying not to focus on the wrestling. When they tell you this is the time when they tell you when you wrestle, this is the kid you're going to wrestle, you're just staring at each other. I said, okay. I felt like I wrestled. I said, oh, I got to wrestle this guy again. I said, I know I can beat this guy. Why am I? It's because I felt like I might have had a hernia. They tried so hard to break Commiso on the back. I dislocated my collarbone and broke my sternum in 3 places. And then I guess that was the pop, but I felt like, because I was lifting heavy weights and I was picking up the heaviest wrestler on the team like it was nothing. When you pick up the heaviest person in the team like it was nothing and you finally get to the mat, and I'm like, wow, I know I could pick this guy up. I picked the heaviest guy. If he's 160, like he says, I can pick 160 up really easy. I think that's what I was. Another thing, I had really bad knee pads. I used the knee pads from you in high school, and they kept on falling down. And I was always focusing on my knee pads and because over time, keep sliding on the mat, your knee's going to fucking get raw sliding on the mat all the time, and then you get hurt. So I didn't get this. I guess I didn't really got a chance to get really knee pads. But I think that's what it is as you get, in the beginning when you was wrestling as a kid, you was just a kid wrestling. It didn't matter if you lose or not. You're a kid. Everybody's going to be happy and be proud of you as a kid. But when you become a teenager or I guess as an adult, things change. Everybody wants you to win more. I felt like people got mad at me when I lost. I was like, oh, I should have won that match. It's because I felt like I had a routine of pinning people. Because the coach keeps training you the same wrestling moves over and over again. So over time, the wrestling moves is pounded in your mind. You know the wrestling move. I know what the coach wanted me to do, but I was blind, tired, dehydrated, and getting lighter every year to everybody that wrestled me. And I was getting frustrated because everybody was trying to make me look like a punk on the wrestling mat, but I was really not a punk as a wrestler. As to now, I feel like that at court. You know, some of the law enforcement talk to me like that. You're trying to make me look like a punk on the internet. So if you don't want to make your American soldiers look like a punk online, what type of American court will try to make your veteran look like a punk back home after 9/11? It's weird, right? You're not supposed to talk bad about your American soldiers. What's the difference with your disabled combat American veterans back home at court around here? So it doesn't make sense. It seems like they want more money off of crime. You know, that's why it's frustrating. Everybody keeps saying they want change in the world. But you're making a profit off of crime. And you're getting mad at people. So it's weird. It's like, I'm thinking to myself, that sucks. You said you don't want people to do this crime, but you're making money off of people. So if everybody stopped doing that crime online, the court won't make any money anymore. So who's setting who up on the internet after 9/11 attack? And I'm a disabled combat veteran. So I want to have a good life. I feel like I deserve and earn a good life after 9/11. Because I still don't feel like they had enough to do what they did to me after 9/11. Because they had to lie a whole lot in a statement. No disrespect to the law, but if the law does not want people, American people, to lie to the law and disrespect the law, so should we? It goes the same way, don't you think? And I felt like over the years, I am respectful to the law. They're the ones talking to me like I'm a nobody because they have a badge. You could get fired to be a cop, You could get fired to be a judge, You could get fired being a lawyer, I always get a different lawyer. They never gave me a time to get a lawyer. They didn't give me time to get a suit. They didn't want me to win. You're Americans at court sitting there and talking bad about me and grabbing me the way you did. And I'm like, I want to sue the court. I want to sue the cop. I want to sue the cop that lied in the statement. I want to sue the monitor that lied. The monitor made it sound like that she was monitoring. I only had one more year. That's how you do people, entrap people. So I only had one more year saying that you all can leave me alone as an American hero back home. And how fast, I'm like, wow, they just sit there. They allowed the pop-up sites. They're monitoring, the law's monitoring my computer and getting mad at me. And the law's allowing the pop-up sites to go on my computer while still monitoring my computer. Can you get in trouble in that? I feel like you can. Because you all sit there, you don't want people to do the crime, but you allow everybody to get pop-up sites and get screwed over on the internet. Then you also sit there and act like you're somebody else online and screw people's lives over on purpose. While we live in a sex generation. What's the sex generation you say? You all went to college at court around here and smarter than me as an American hero, as your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. That's how I feel every time I go to court, every time I go to group. I feel like everybody's smarter than me around me 24 hours a day. So what type of people will go out of the way to bully the veteran and make them feel the way they do as veterans, and you're not supposed to make fun of American soldiers on the internet after 9/11 on the internet? Right? Because you're all Americans stand behind your soldiers, and the best way to stand behind your disabled combat veteran is do nothing and allow everybody to call me a name and say fuck me back home as a disabled combat veteran. That's how I feel when I go to your police station in court around here. You said fuck me. I live in a sex generation. I don't even have to turn on the computer to see sex. I don't have to turn on TV to see sex nowadays. In the real world, you all can hide and cock block, but you all are corny. I feel like in a sex generation, when people act like they hate sex, you look corny as hell on the internet. Because you're lying to everybody and to yourself. I like sex. I'm a human being. I'm a part of the animal kingdom. Yes, I admit it. I didn't have a lot of sex in my life. I really don't think I had really sex. Really. I'm a 40-year-one shy, super nice to ladies. How many couples or relationship do you think I had in my life? As you all made it complicated on each other of love on the internet. Sex is, I don't know, maybe court has to go back to college and learn sex. I feel like court has to go back to college and learn about sex. Because the way you treat people like assholes sucks when we live in a sex generation on the internet after 9/11. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like you got jealous of me. The way you grabbed me, I felt like you were so happy to grab me the way you guys did after 9/11. As a veteran, you wanted to talk bad about me. You wanted me to look bad on the internet as your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Why? Because you don't look good. You made your court look like an asshole towards the public. So it only leads to believe it's the court that is scamming my computer. If they know who's scamming, because the law already knows who's scamming your computer, so easy to just grab you and say fuck you after 9/11 as a disabled combat veteran like me, as an American hero. Oh, wow, I didn't know Commiso could talk like that. That's why you did the way you did. That's why you hacked my computer the way you do. I didn't get a chance to do it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was focused on getting A's and B's in high school and graduating high school. Didn't worry about the internet world. I didn't have a chance to explore the internet in school. I didn't really have how much. The amount of nudity online and the amount they claim they found on my computer is like, damn, this is bullshit. You want me to get mad at court, so you have another reason why I should stay in jail, and you wonder why people get mad at this shit. Because I'm not a gangster or a terrorist or a criminal or anybody you claim and get. So what? Wow. People online decide to call me a name to make me look bad, and I'm supposed to accept that as an American hero back home. So I'm just trying to figure this out. We live in the sex generation. But shit, I guess we have enough sex online for you to go home as law, because porn is legal in America. Porn is legal in America. Porn is illegal in a lot of other countries too. I feel like porn is legal in every country. Because it's sex. What's wrong with sex? If you have sex to have your kids and a family at court, how the hell you judge people like this? You want so much money from me. I come home, I could have got my head chopped off on the internet by everybody around the world to come home and it gets talked down to like I'm a nobody at court. You see why I could get upset, right? You're a human being too, because they all can act like, well, if it happened to me, I won't act like you, Commiso. I won't get upset like you, Commiso. If somebody called me a name and bullied me online at court around here, that's how they talk to me at court. No, you guys will act even worse than I did. I took that shit. I am a real American hero. To go through war and come back to go through what I went through, I'm like, shit. Damn, you want money from porn and sex so much. Free porn and sex online, and they want money from me and take my disability at court after 9/11 in the sex generation internet world. So what's everybody's fighting about in the world? Everybody's smarter than me and went to college and everything, and I guess you know the subject more better than I do over the years, as you trying to sit there and screw my life over, basically. Anybody that sits there and scams your computer and acts like sex came out of yesterday are the assholes probably that was jealous of me in Hopewell when I wrestled the wrestling team at the time. How to solve things right away as I can put puzzles together. I like putting puzzles together. I like solving things. I think that's the reason why I like doing math. I like it when the teacher says I've got A's and B's in math, because I'm shocking too. So how did I get that answer and got it right? This math is I feel like math is the hardest fucking subject to take, because there's so many goddamn numbers to remember, and so many, and calculator always can't be there. I feel like the calculator will always be there to help you. The one thing you learn in math, it's either a right answer or a wrong answer. It doesn't matter how you get to the answer. It's either a wrong answer. That's how life is in math. Is you either get it right or not get it right. But if you're all a bunch of jerk-off friends to each other, man, how are we going to get right in life? How are we going to get it right? That's the math in my mind. You all want to sit there and have hover cars like Back to the Future and have your own robots in your house and be millionaires. But you won't even accept each other as a human race on the internet still. And the internet been around since the 90s. So that's all. There's no hate in the world. There's no conflict in the world. All you all do is getting jealous of each other as people in the world. And you all just turn into haters. When you get jealous like that, you're turning big-ass haters. So you're corny over the years at court. Because you mock everybody in the world what you did to a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe you actually can talk shit about me after 9/11 as an American soldier on the internet. as your disabled combat veteran. Because the whole world was there when 9/11. So it's kind of sucks that, something major happened like that, and there's still assholes on the internet, and there's still people that treat each other like shit as people. Because I felt like at one point, the whole planet came together, and there's in the past and history. Every time something bad happened, the whole people comes together, dude. So yeah, I think it's corny that you act like you don't like sex when you make love to have family and kids in a live reality planet as we do live on. It's part of our animal kingdom. I guess you lied to the kitty cats and the animals, and you don't explain where the other kitty cats and the animals come from, right? That's where you lied to the kitty cats. In the future, we're going to have kitty cats walking down the street having a protest because we're going to have AI robot kitty cats saying, I'm allowed to have a kitty cat, having kitty cats around me as a kitty cat. And I can figure out where they came from. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out because they make it sound, they want me, that's another thing. I'm your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, and I'm 100% disabled. I got combat PTSD. I was in convoys. I was a gunner. There's terrorists that on the internet wants to kill me and cut my head off. So I have combat goddamn PTSD after 9/11 on the internet, as everybody can hack my computer 24 hours a day, right? But no, they don't see that. They want money from me. They want me to lose. What type of American court wants their disabled combat veterans after 9/11 to lose? It's kind of weird. I keep questioning it and questioning it and questioning it, and we live in a sex generation online. Everybody wants to be a porno star and make their own porno nowadays. It's not like back in the day when there's one porno on the internet. There's many pornos on the internet. And if everybody hacks each other's computers and can't figure out where porno come from, and the law hacks each other's computers, can't figure out what sex is, what's sex? Oh, we're all a bunch of jealous assholes, so we're going to fuck up love in the world because we can't understand what sex is? I don't think that's the future of the internet. Because you all can sit there, because either way, there's a bad porno and a good porno. How many people watch bad porno? That people watch. The porno is going to get better in the future. It's going to be even harder to determine if it's a bad porno or not in the future. Because that's how porn is getting better and better and better and better and better and better. Sex, and then the law is saying, no, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, not going to. Then we're all going to blame the law, saying you won't allow us to practice safe sex online, law, so that's why there's no safe sex on the internet. As you said, yet you're monitoring the internet. I'm not saying anything that is so wrong, or you never understood words on the internet as life on this planet and what I'm saying, because apparently I'm too stupid and slow to understand when people talk to me like I'm an idiot after 9/11 attack in New York City. I feel like I did a lot of cool things in my life as an American hero. I flew in planes where you act like I flew in planes in my whole life. I watched 9/11 attack too, but I still jumped on the plane. So it sucks as a veteran. The best way to welcome back home an American hero is to see how tough he is after 9/11. At least I flew after 9/11. At least I traveled the world after 9/11, served my country after 9/11. That's all tougher than me around me in my hometown court. Oh wow, you got badges and shields and guard to protect you. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's people doing on the internet? Because it's not complicated. Maybe it was complicated for us to get along back in the day. There's no reason why we can't get along today as people in the world. You're just some jerk off on the internet. So what's the benefit of messing up the number one thing that everybody likes talking about as sex and nudity online? What's the benefit? And does the law get more money talking bad about sex online or something? I think they're advertising sex online. Because once you say, oh, this site does this, everybody will check that site out and see what's going on that site in the whole world. That's you advertised it on the on television. Oh, now I don't have to hide the fact as the law that I watch porn and sex online. I could call somebody's name online and blame him, and I won't get in trouble as the law on the internet after 9/11 attack in New York City. As an American hero, as a disabled combat veteran. So I don't feel like I'm disrespectful to anybody. I'm an American hero wondering why I'm getting treated like I'm a piece of shit. And we live in a sex generation. So what is everybody fighting about online? Maybe it's about sex or nudity on the end. I must have saw shit like that. I don't eavesdrop. I don't hack people. I don't watch the news. I don't know what's going on with politics. I don't know. Shit, I'm a stupid idiot that figure out what sex and nudity is at court, but they can't figure out how to help and win a case as a soldier after 9/11. And I'm like, wow, what the hell? I always thought I was slow. Everybody made me feel like I was slow and stupid in the classroom. Because I couldn't pronounce the word. I was shy. That's why. But now, it seems like you're all idiots in the world. You know, I serve my country. That's a good thing. You all can sit there and act like serving your country's not. This is the United States of a fucking America on the internet. How many times you had to lie about America online just to make yourself look better, feel good about yourself on the internet after 9/11, dude? Oh, I feel like y'all have to make me feel bad about myself around you so you can make you feel good about yourself as a sex generation on the internet. So, that's funny. That's funny. In history, I took history class, if you like it or not. And, yeah, when you take history class, you find out something bad happened in history. That's all you see. That's all you see. That's all people see in the world. When they look back in history, they see the bad times in life on this planet. You don't see the other stuff. And the same thing as you read the book, that's the same thing. It's always negative drama and stress. And you don't even have to read the book or go on the internet and know what drama and stress is on that planet Earth. And we can't let that break me. So, I represent my wrestling team when I was on Ewing High School. I'm representing my country and the American country and my flag and American people that lives it and my American government. You know, I don't feel like I'm a kiss ass. If that's how the world works, you have to kiss ass to make it to the top. Damn, man, that sucks, dude. You gotta prove yourself to every single goddamn person on this planet. That's how the kids' internet's gonna be in the future. Oh, hey kids, we say as the law, it's a safe environment for the kids to use the internet. But we find a way to bully the kids on the internet after 9/11. So even the kids get bullied. So don't sit there as an adult and act like kids don't get bullied. They're kids. It's hard to prevent a bully to bully a kid, right? Man, damn, dude, that sucks. We live in a sex generation. Then they ask you, when did you learn about sex as an American kid? I learned about sex in school when they taught me about practicing sex as sex in class as a kid. And now we live in a sex generation world online. So we're all just jealous motherfucking haters up on each other in the world. And we're all too fucking stupid enough to keep upping each other and screwing each other's lives over on like idiots. And we're going to destroy our goddamn planet because we read about it in a book. If somebody claims they predict that we're going to destroy our planet, we don't destroy our planet. We learn our lesson by reading that book. No, it's like you want it to happen. Everybody wants to die in the world. You want to have no oxygen on this planet. Why? That's stupid. To have life land on moon. Life, what's life? You are still questioning what's life in the world as people in outer space. Nobody actually can explain how life, well, I guess in the science, I was trying to understand Stephen Hawking. I watched the movie Stephen Hawking. That sucks. He was so happy in school and he knew the answers and he wanted to prove everybody wrong, just like Albert Einstein. And the only thing that he tripped and fell and landed the wrong way on his head. We all fall on our head. But if you land on the wrong spot on your head, it will fuck you up. As Stephen Hawking can't move, is paralyzed all the way down to his body. That's how life is. We're all smart enough to fix this world. We're all smart enough to get along with each other. And it only takes a little bit to destroy this planet. It doesn't take a whole lot. It only takes a little bit. And how much effort it took to create. You all sit there and act like life happened yesterday on this planet. This planet been around billions of years. It's obvious. The planet looks like it's been around a billion years. As shit. You got caves on this planet. And it's just a... We don't look at our planet as we should look at our planet. We just look at it as, oh, we had life on this planet, so the planet's going to keep us going. No. Our planet needs our help. And last time I checked, we don't have a spaceship on this planet where we could go 10 billions of light years away and find another planet that has life. We don't have that technology yet. And it sucks that we all get to sit there and see. It's like we all could do something about the violence and the harm on the internet and do nothing about it. So somebody's messing up the internet on purpose. As I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, and how easy it is to help Commiso back home, as I'm a really good guy. And I care about things as I make YouTube videos, and you all can act like I sound like an idiot. But I must have made a lot of people look like an idiot at court after 9/11. For one, your statement didn't even make any sense. So I don't know how easy it is to write a statement to screw somebody's life over nowadays online. But that's not a good friend at court. And over time, people will catch up on that and saying, well, if it can happen to me, as an American hero online, it can happen to you, as I'm supposed to have privacy on my goddamn computer. Just because you invaded my privacy and assumed the worst out of me as life on this planet, it's not my fault, as you guys didn't even give a chance to hang with me back home. You just hack me and stare at me like weirdos. I think we didn't get this far on this planet just to stare at each other like weirdos on the internet. So, again, as we all practice safe sex online 24 hours a day, to have sex online, the only reason why we can practice safe is because we practice safe sex online. But somebody screws it up, right? If a site been working for years and nothing was wrong with that site for years, and somehow somebody's fucking up and screwing it up and making it look bad, then who are we going to blame? It's the person that said they're claiming they're monitoring the internet. And the law's saying they're claiming they're monitoring the internet. So, I don't know. What's the highest ratings if we all live in a sex generation online? I'm stupid. That I can't see the evidence why you want to screw my life over after 9/11 when I can sit there and explain everything to you and you won't let me. I'm mad about that. When you didn't let me speak at court, I was mad about that. When you didn't let me explain how I am a goddamn American hero and I can prove that I'm an artist, you don't want to hear that at court. So it just leads to believe the assholes. It says, who's your closest enemy? Shit. You have the ability to hack people's computer without getting in trouble. Because nobody's going to hack your computer and figure out who's scamming your computer. But that's not the question in the future. The question now is, if we live in the sex generation, so if you're really that fuck up, instead of welcome back home your American hero in a hometown court, and only you worrying about this is cock blocking me at parties and on the internet, right? Basically, if you cock block people off the internet now in the sex generation, you're cock blocking them basically at the party and life, as everybody relies on the internet. So if everybody relies on the internet in the future, would there be internet in the future or not? Or would there be life on this planet or not? Because all you guys do is focus on the next thing you can say bad about each other on television or on the internet. How is it harder to say good things? Because, oh, I get it. You all got to represent the streets online, so, everybody's got to be big and afraid of somebody on the streets. Oh, weepy wappy dee doo. But I hope you all know, at least you took enough school. We're smart enough to have school on this life, on this planet. I hope you know if you took enough school to learn that there's bigger things in outer space. I don't see a gang or a terrorist picking fights with tigers and lions. Oh, you need a gun. Oh, you need a weapon when a lion and tiger comes up to you. You need a tool to protect you. And I'm like, wow, dude. Wow. We already have zoos. Animals on this planet can get along better than human beings. Wow. That means if there was an alien invasion on this planet, wow, we would lose, dude, because we'll all be focused on hating on each other as a human being. Because you're all sitting there hacking each other's lives 24 hours a day. But apparently the court don't know what sex is. That's what confuses me. They get mad at me because they don't. Because anybody that knows sex generation internet, the cops won't get mad at you in the sex generation internet. The court won't get mad at you because I wonder how many cases went over the years in that damn court. Because you know how to entrap people at court around here. I feel like you do. And that sucks. That's how they set their soldiers to get blown up in IEDs. They can set you up in a sex generation and get mad at you like you're nobody. People just can get mad at you like you're nobody. So how long do you think the internet can go in that power? We have no reason to hate each other, but since we all can see each other's naked asses, we all going to complain about it and bully each other. And wow, how cool you have to be nowadays on the internet. Man, Michael Jackson was the coolest person in the world. You even screwed Michael Jackson's life on. And I still think Michael Jackson is the coolest person in the world, dude. At least Michael Jackson had the balls to stand up to people, right? Michael Jackson said, oh, I think, because think about it. He was a kid celebrity. Michael Jackson was a kid celebrity. No matter what you say about Michael Jackson had a good heart, and he had a kid heart when he was an adult. Michael Jackson was a kid when he was an adult. And he wanted to show the world as he seen Michael. And nobody wanted to see you all stubborn motherfucking street ass acting like every kid grew up on the streets in the world. So I deserve to be an asshole kind of shit. on the streets. You know, maybe not a lot of people know what the heck I'm talking about, but at least I know what I'm talking about. I must be the last human being, as you're all cyborgs, and the first thing you hear, you believe everything you hear on the internet as cyborgs, and that's what's going to screw our plan. You're not good friends, have each other's back. You say that my friend's not like that. You don't say that to about my friend. You stick up for each. In Michael Jackson world, you stand up for each other as friends in the world, and the reason why we stand up for each other is because Michael Jackson taught us we all have a heart and care about each other as life on this planet. And damn, imagine if everybody stood up for each other. There'd be no death on the planet. There'd be nobody dying on this planet. I said, I don't want to see my friend die. I don't want to see my family members die. I don't want to see my pet die. And we're geniuses and we can live longer than you all claim we can live. Because I feel like human beings can live a longer age. As we got Guinness World Record, people living up to 200 years to fucking 600, 800 years. We're doing something wrong. We put too much stress on each other as life on this planet for no damn reason at all. How simple the internet should be and how safe the internet to be. So you can't get mad at me because you can't figure out how to keep the internet safe and for everybody. Do you actually? Maybe it's safe for a few people. Maybe it's safe for everybody. No, it's not. It's supposed internet. Everybody's experience online should be the same as people use the internet. There should be anything different. I should get this different pop-up ads from other people. I should get the same pop-up ads as everybody online as the internet. So you're lying to me. If everybody wants to go on that site and know where it is, they're going to find it on the internet. As life on this planet, as a society. That's not how the court talks to me. The court talks to me like the internet is some kind of mysterious world. The internet's not a mysterious world. We're all human beings and the internet is part of our lives. The internet is human now. The internet is human now. As your pets. When you have a pet long enough as a cat or a dog, the cat and the dog it feels like the cat wants to talk to you. The dog as a human being. It feels like the dog wants. Same thing with the internet. So, you all can sit there and get mad at me still as a sex generation world. Well, it looks like everybody got jealous of me in my hometown and decided I'm not cool enough to party with the ladies back home. And you all claim you got balls to hang with your soldiers back home. But it seems like you all got no balls to chill with your disabled combat veterans after now. That's why it took more than one person. That made it look bad. That's another thing. They try to make it look bad because I didn't have shit on my computer. That's another thing. Because I guess they all realize everybody's on television, even with your video cameras, as you got a cop show. And everything's live on television nowadays. And I'm like, who wants to watch people die live on television? There must be something heck wrong with you. I know that as an Irish, Italian, American man. I grew up with Michael Jackson. It would have been cool to meet Michael Jackson. Because I was the shy. I wanted to sing at one point. Man, I don't know if I would be a good singer. As I was a shy, quiet kid with the goofy laugh, and my name is Michael too, and I don't feel like I always fit in school like everybody else did. So now I'm like, wow, well, what else you going to say about me back home? Because it seems to me you just want to call me a name and take money away from me. Because the evidence on me sucks, and a little kid, I'm an American hero. American kids can stand up for the American heroes online. Because they're smarter to do that than the adults that turn your back on your friends like that as people in the world. Oh. So, I don't know. somebody's probably going to try to make me sound bad or make it sound like it's okay to beat me up, or that's how your street talks to each other. Say, oh, he's not cool enough to be on the streets. We're going to beat the crap out of him and say, fuck you. Nah, it's all bullshit. Reason why people get scared is because I'm getting robbed and identity theft. And since you can't earn your own damn money at court around here, you got to use my benefits to try to take it away from me. That's how the court works. As you sit there and try to talk bad about a veteran that came back home from war where you're not supposed to talk bad about your American soldiers, I highly doubt you can talk bad about your disabled combat American heroes back home. So, yes, I guess I got few haters in my life. I was trying to make people laugh. I know I may not have up-to-date comedy or in the internet world, whatever heck is flow you're all going in. At least I try. I can say over the years, I taught kids, never give up. Yes, in life, somebody's going to be an asshole to you. I don't understand this myself. As to everybody wants a friend, and everybody wants to get along to have a friend in school. So anybody that be an asshole, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be an asshole world in the future. I think people are tired of being mean to each other. Because it doesn't end in the, you act like being mean to each other ends in, I don't know, we all think it ends. But it's, I laugh because I couldn't believe that it was so hard to welcome back home Commiso. I'm a veteran, and I feel like all veterans feel the same way. I thought you all liked me. You told me I'm an American hero as a veteran. You said you had my back on everything as a veteran. You stand up for me. Americans got veterans back. And I'm like, I feel like I have Americans back more than you guys talking shit about each other while the world watches the internet. As people on the internet in the world. So, I don't know. I could have been an angry YouTube video maker. I don't want to be an angry. Well, what's the point watching somebody yelling and screaming at each other on the internet and you don't learn anything? If the teachers yelled at the students, you think the students would come back to school? Oh, that was a tough-ass student and can handle the yelling he's yelling for some reason. He's trying to teach me. The teacher's trying to teach me something. But we make it hard and difficult for us to learn anything about ourselves as people, as it seems. Once we learn something about ourselves or somebody or a group or people or whatever, you'll just be judged. It's how fast people could judge you and say they're not going to do anything to help you because they're just another asshole judging you and calling your name like the rest of the internet. The internet won't go far in the future. So, I don't know. Who had the balls to scam an American soldier's computer after money? I granted, I don't feel like I'm really a computer person. I feel like I can learn a little bit more about the keys. Or I'm still trying to learn the internet. I don't understand why it's so hard to work the internet. So, I'm trying to find, I can't sit in the quiet now. I have to have a fan on or a television. I can't sit in quiet as a veteran. And so, I went to war and was diagnosed with combat PTSD, but as a veteran with combat PTSD, makes more sense than y'all sitting there fighting over and arguing shit That doesn't even make sense why we all dying over in the first place. If we all live in a sex generation, that means everybody will have to practice safe sex to have sex. You all act like you could treat each other like shit to get sex. That's it. I like solving, putting things together and putting. You act like everybody's beating the shit at each other in porn. Everybody's acting like everybody's beating each other at corn, and it's the worst shit to watch and everything because everybody's. No, sex has to be good to be on the internet. Sex got to be good in the sex generation. You know, you treat ladies with respect. Yeah, sometimes nowadays there's ladies that may not be a lady, but you still treat that lady like a lady. That's back in the day. That's what we was taught as kids. You respect each other no matter who you are, and you respect the dames and the ladies. That's how you're going to get a lady no matter what. So do you all say, fuck the bitch, fuck this shit, and you make sex online in life on this planet? No, you have to be nice to each other, have sex in the sex generation. So I'm trying to figure this scam that's on. How many people does it take to scam your life over to take money from me on the internet? Because that's the only reason why you're on my computer right now. Because you want to take my benefits, and you know that my signed Beirut. That's the only reason why you screw celebrities named online, because you know they got a bank account. Correct? As scammers, that's what the scam is. In a Michael Jackson world, we can still rob each other and screw each other's lives over. In a Michael Jackson world, that sucks. You know? I feel like I try to go out of my way to be a good friend to people. And I feel like, why can't people do the same? Well, what makes people mad at each other? Is everybody really jealous of each other? Because back in the day, people talk on the streets and find out who's having sex online, and back before the internet, right? Yeah, so who has sex in school today without the internet? But now, since everybody knows that everybody knows what sex is, knowing what sex is, you can't be mean to make sex online. So how does billions of people having sex online, and you can't be mean to make sex into the dating the ladies to find love? And you lie so much about me. Don't you know that? You lie so much as a human being and living in a section. You actually got mad at me. Man, you're weird as people living in, because you're jealous. I felt like I'm back on the wrestling team, and everybody's trying to get me kicked off the wrestling team because it didn't matter who I wrestled. Every single person had a hard time wrestling. Not because I was a mean wrestler and I wanted to beat people, because I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to lose for my wrestling team. I actually did work out in the summer with my dad. Every single time I went back to the gym, I can add more weight and curl that. I can, with my legs, man, I had strong legs. I picked up a lot of weight. I guess it's called a death lift. You got to lift all these weights. And I said, every time my legs got stronger, I said, put another weight on. I know I can lift it. I feel like I can lift it. I know I can lift this. It just came, and it's got easier and easier. Every time I worked out more and more, it was easier to pick up more heavier weight in a short period of time. But I was a teenager. I got everything. That's messed up, too. That's really sucks. We are all capable of making something out of ourselves in the world, as we have we have the ability, but I feel like we bully each other. So if that's all we do as the internet is sit there and get jealous and start to bully and hate each other in the world, you think that's going to be the internet in the future? No. Somebody's actually out to get my computer on purpose. Like E-bomb. When somebody E-bombs your computer, you have to actually keep hacking that computer to E-bomb it, right? Right? I don't know much about hacking except for the movies that I watch. But seems if you send people pop-up sites and E-bomb them, you have to keep putting in the codes. A hack is, all it is a code. You need to, and when you play PlayStation, you know the code to hack the game to get the cool stuff in the game. The internet's the same way. You just need to know the exact code. So somebody is going out of their way to scam me on purpose for years. You know, it's easy to say that the law is monitoring my computer and helping me to stay out of trouble because the law is monitoring my computer. Why wouldn't the law do the law? That's their job to keep me out of trouble because they're monitoring my computer. Now, somebody's literally is forcing me to go in this direction. So you all can sit there and talk to me like I'm an idiot at court when somebody's E-bombing my computer after 9/11 as a soldier, disabled combat veteran. Don't you think eventually somebody's going to find who scams computers and train and and all this around here and everything? And then you can't scam that. You can't scam people the same way anymore, right? If people know that's another thing. So if the law and the damn everybody online is hiding the fact that they're living in a sex generation world, as they all having a nervous breakdown, so you all want to hide. You like this is a big secret at court. You like it to talk to people like they're nobody at court. It must get you off. Wow, I can mock people at court saying I can watch sex and generation internet, but you cannot. Damn asshole scam your goddamn computer after 9/11. That's how I see it. Like you all can look at each other like they're robots on the internet, but it seems like you're all human beings using the internet and you're all assholes to each other. So y'all can that's all people do is get mad all the time. When you're on the wrestling team, you can't get mad on the wrestling team or you get messed up. I noticed when I got frustrated, I should have just kept on focusing trying to pin the kid. But when you get into higher grades in high school, you got more, I don't know, I felt like I had to do more. That was my problem. I mainly could not see because I had bad eyes in school. I may have had a broken body because I was strong. I don't even think I gave myself time to heal up here. And let's look back on the wrestling team. There's a chance that I could have had a hernia on the wrestling team. And my coach kept on, they're just trying to break Commiso's back. They're just trying to break Commiso's back. And I figure out what they were trying to break my back. They was trying to break me on the wrestling team so I won't wrestle no more. So they go to the tournament and it'd be so much of an easy tournament if Commiso wasn't there at the tournament. Because I was the goofy guy with glasses. So if you on a wrestling team with goofy glasses, and they probably realize you must be blind, I think that was the reason why. People look at you a different way than you look at each other as people. The same thing on the internet. But it doesn't make it I was pretty good in math. I got A's and B's. I don't say I could solve all the... I could try. If somebody teach me how to do the math problem, I could try to solve the problem. But I had good teachers. You know, everybody can sit there and act like they had a bad life, but you had good parents, you had good teachers, you got good friends and everything. And I guess how the internet crashes, the computer crashes, we're all crashing online and acting like we can't get along with each other as people. So it's easy to bully somebody and treat them like they're not smart enough to do the subject or the test or anything, but doesn't mean that student can do it. We are how much we talk about ourselves. Like, if we keep adding, like, say, if we keep talking about ourselves and adding it up in math, everybody would be stupid on this planet because we all call each other stupid and idiot. If we all call each other geniuses in the world, we all be geniuses in the world. So that's why I don't understand college. They said they're searching for the smartest kid, or don't they think you get a better results if everybody gets the chance to get to that college, right? If you only randomly, because they had a good grade in high school, just because they had a good grade in high school doesn't mean they're going to have a good grade in college. So, don't you think it would be a better way of finding somebody who can solve shit if you allow everybody has a chance to go to college? So, I don't know, not everybody, but there's people that I felt made me feel stupid at court. I feel like the court is trying to make me feel stupid, so I'm too stupid enough to defend myself, saying, no, it's not right to call somebody a name and bullying them and make a profit off a crime that you don't want the crime to happen. Right? It sucks that you know how to watch Sex Generation Internet as the law. Or whoever. Because apparently the law hides the fact that they don't know what I'm talking about, so they can backstab me at court. And I'm your American hero back home, so that's why I don't understand court. I'm an American hero if you like it or not. And that's cool. You all could try to beat the crap out of me or do whatever, but I'm still an American hero. And that's cool. Because America's a good country. I feel like there's only minor things we can fix as we all could be good neighbor to each other, help each other out in America. How hard is that? And solve that shit overnight. So where, man, back in the day, America built everything. We built the better Chevy and Ford was a strong, that's still, toys were better built back in the day. Everything, I felt like a lot of things was built and everything was strong. I don't know, I never tested the Pokemon card, the older one, with the newer card and jam them together and see what card lasts better than the other Pokemon card. Because that's not how you play Pokemon cards. So, life. I feel like we have knowledge. There's life on the internet. So we can overcome life and move on and say, we all can have a life of our own on the internet and privacy too. If the government doesn't, and the law and the judge don't want to get hacked by the public, then why are we allowing me to get hacked and scammed back home as a soldier after none? So I don't know how many haters there really are on a goofy guy like Shah. I know you all got love in high school and your love, your girl. I think you're good, don't you think? You cock blocked me a little. That's what I'm saying. I know I may not know every subject on the top of my head at the time. Everybody wants me to talk about it. That's the thing, that the teachers needed to know the answers now, at this day, at this time, to take the test. I said, I'm not really ready. He said, I can do this, Commiso. Just remember the same fucking answer. Just remember the answers. Well, I guess you have to remember the question. I think everybody's focused on remember the answer, but you forgot what the question was answered. So you mix up the answers with the other questions, I think. Because you may remember the answers, but you didn't remember what the answer went under the question. So you have to remember the question and the answer. So I did pretty good in high school then. As a shy, goofy guy with speech impediment and speech impediment, I did pretty good in UNN High School. On top of, I was representing UNN High School on the wrestling team and the other schools. And you know how teenagers always talking bad about each other because they're teenagers or for some reason? That's what I'm saying. I don't think I was meant to be a teenager. I don't think I was meant to be an adult. I was meant to be a kid my whole life. Because I was happy my whole... maybe I wasn't fitting in as exactly as everybody else in school, but I still was a happy kid. Because, you know, at least I may not get to know the students outside the school. I got to know them in the class. Because eventually, apparently, people came up to talk to me, so I guess I have a talkable face or something. Because I was sitting there and it said, I'm going to be okay if nobody comes up to talk to me and I have to say something because I'll be too nervous to think of anything as subject to talk about because I was too focused on figure out what the teacher was saying to me because I was I write down everything because I have a speech impediment, so I don't know if I pronounce the word. And I don't think I can remember everything what the teacher wrote, so I try to write everything down. Because now you're a teenager. Now you notice more in the classroom, apparently. You say, oh, crap. You notice that Commiso's in the classroom more now. So, yeah, I was nervous. Every test that I took, I was nervous. But, because I wanted to get it right. I don't know if it's to prove that I'm smart. I guess to prove myself that I'm smart. You have to prove everything to everybody, even being smart. So, I felt when I got the grades, I didn't go bragging around the grades. I didn't really focus on the grade until they said, you have a grade. I don't know how smart I am. I got C's and D's. I don't know. I guess you have to have a high GPA to be a genius. I was kind of close to the high. I was 3 point something GPA. That's pretty close to 4. That's good enough. But that's never good enough. We can fix the internet overnight and all the sites are good and everybody's safe on everything and we'll find an excuse to pick on each other again in the world. Because we're stupid. People call me stupid, but I think it's stupid to sit there and actually talk bad about your veterans. Because just because a few people believe that you're not good enough doesn't mean other people think you're good enough to where do you go to school to prove to other people you're smarter than everybody when you go to school or prove to yourself that you could do it and I got through it and I went to graduated high school. I graduated high school. When I graduated high school, I didn't know I guess I went to war, but I felt like I was lost. I felt like there's no more school. What I'm going to do now? There's no more school. I graduated high school, no more school. I felt lost afterwards when I felt like, oh man, I'm never going to see my friends. I'm never going to see the students again. I said, oh shit, I should have got bad grades and I could have stayed in school. But then you realize, the student starts to change. The same students are not the same when you're in senior year and you're 41 years old and you're in senior year. And all the students are different in the whole school. Except for you. And I said, what's wrong with Commiso? You want to graduate or not? I don't know. I don't know what to do at college. They didn't prepare me. They gave me all these tests, but you make college sound like the hardest thing to do in the world is go to college. But if they basically teach the same subject, but just use bigger words. So when they say, now you're in college, now I'm going to say big words to you to fuck you over. I could teach you this subject with small words and you can understand it in college, but I don't feel like it. I would give you this big ass words trying to pronounce to the classroom so you won't look smart when you try to pronounce the word in the classroom in college. And I'm like, oh man, they're all mean motherfuckers. So yes, I miss being a kid. I didn't have a problem. I may not fit in as well, but I felt like I had a good childhood to where my parents tried to go out of their way to raise me and my brother. So, yes, I don't understand people. I don't feel like I want to try to understand people in the world anymore. That's why when I was in school, I didn't pay attention on what people was talking about me or what people was talking about. I was focusing on, let me figure out how to get an A and B. So the teachers stopped asking me questions and called me and tried to read the book. I think that's the reason why if I seem like I know what I'm talking about when I'm trying to pronounce this word, if I can teach, I get it. Math, a bunch of numbers to try to put together and solve something. In English, everybody had trouble with English. That's funny. We all can speak English in the world, but we all have trouble speaking English. I don't think everybody go in a dictionary and pronounce. There's probably people that could say I could do it because I studied a dictionary my whole life. The only reason why you can pronounce every word is say and remember every word in a dictionary because that's the only book you read every single day is a dictionary. So eventually you will remember every word and definition and how to pronounce every single goddamn word. And that's the pressure we have on this life, right? So I say we don't have to remember every definition is pronounced. It's in this little dictionary. They're saying words to me. I gotta say words back to them. They're saying a lot of words to me. Like I see, so I read the word and the definition. All right, that kind. It's not exactly what I need. I gotta find another word. So everybody shut up and stop pulling. That's what you gotta do. That's why kids, it's good to go to school so you can learn to fight your case and say a better word to the judge saying, leave me alone, because I have a better word in the dictionary to say to you, saying I'm an American hero. And we live in a sex generation. I feel that as we evolve, we're supposed to evolve. So when we evolve, that means adapt, or I feel like we adapt to life on this planet, or adapt to knowledge to life on this planet. But we got to overcome shit, man, as to get along with each other. I think that should be easy. You all act like it's hard because you got streets online, but really you don't. Because we all want the same thing for our family and friends. Safety and having a good day and going parties and have a good life. In our generation, we want a good life online. We don't want a bad life online. So, again, how do people get in trouble with sex online in the sex generation? You can't be making bad porno because people will watch bad porno. Then that's when they watch, I guess the news. The only time people watch the news because there's bad porno on the internet and it's sex generation. Right? So they can't act like sex is bad because sex is not bad. It won't be on the internet at all. Right? And nobody would do porn or sex online because it would be a bad fucking movie and nobody would watch it. But we live in a sex generation. We all know how to make YouTube and streaming video. If anybody can't figure out how to have sex online in a sex generation 24 hours a day, don't get mad at me. That's what I feel like. I feel like you cock-blocked me enough so I don't feel like I'm going to find any girl in life where I feel like, well, I'm 41. It seems like having a relationship would be too hard to have anyway, so I'm 41. I don't think anybody... And you all took all the good ones anyways at the ladies. Yeah, so... What else can you do to an American hero back home? I'm still going to be an American hero no matter what you do to me. So I would think they will overcome that. I'm just trying to figure it out. You need words. The more words you know, the more you can say, what are you talking about? You don't make any sense. I just looked up the dictionary for the meaning of the word, and then your statement doesn't even make sense. Writing a bad about American hero back, dude. And so anybody gets mad at me over sex, and I've been cock-blocked all my life. There's no ladies around me. If there's ladies around me, I don't see them. Because I was a shy, quiet kid. I was always trying to hurry up to the locker so I don't have to handle the tough subject in high school. And I always ran to the locker to hurry up to get to the classroom so I don't have to deal with the politics at the school, in the class, in the hallways, the drama. I don't like soap operas. No disrespect to the actresses and actors. I'm not a soap opera person. I don't want to watch. If everybody's trying to avoid, in reality, everybody's trying to avoid drama and stress online, where's everybody's going on the internet? In the sex, the court don't seem to know what sex generation is. So it's hard to, if everybody's having sex online in a sex generation, it's kind of hard to avoid sex in a sex generation world, and for people to get mad at you, it's like, wow, they actually went out of their way in their lives to e-bomb me, scam me, hack me, mock me, blackmail me, call me a name, and do all this, and I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, and I'm like, I feel like I didn't even had a chance to explore the internet. Well, I don't feel like I have to explore the internet to know what's on the internet nowadays in a social media. So, I'm just trying to be Michael Commiso back home, and I didn't realize it was going to be that hard to be a Commiso back home as a veteran, where I feel like I was nice to all the students, I was nice to the teachers, I was nice to the coach. I controlled my emotions back in the day. And now as a veteran, my emotions controls me. I don't know how to show my emotions to people because y'all weirdos staring at me and hacking my life. So it's hard to show my emotions to people that just stare at you 24 hours a day. Do you stare back and try to have eye contact as hackers in the world? I know you on my computer because I can see you on my webcam and I can see you on my webcam and I can see you on the webcam. Everybody's on the webcam. You on the webcam. Everybody's on webcam. So how the heck can anybody hack each other if everybody's on webcam and see each other? What's the point? So, yeah, that makes sense to me. If everybody is practicing safe sex online, I would feel like people practice safe sex online for years now on here to have all this sex and nudity that's online. So is everybody beating each other up? I don't know what kind of, and that's a good porno nowadays where we already know what's good. You act like you didn't watch porn. What? Well, we all grew up with porn without the internet. We all grew up with porn. And there's sex in schools. There's sex on the streets. There's sex everywhere. So how can you avoid sex if there's sex on every street on the internet? In a sex generation world. So I get it. I don't get it. If we don't want to watch something, why are we forced to watch things that we don't watch as somebody dying on the computer or the internet? So why is that so hard to take down from the internet? Right? I feel like if somebody dies in your family, you don't want to see your family member or friends die on the internet, right? I don't know. In the loving world we live in, right? Sex generation. In a sex generation, you feel like this will be a loving world internet. But we're just a bunch of jealous assholes that trying to find an excuse to hate each other in the world. That's all I can say. Because if everybody's using the same internet, it's like, don't you think everybody will be happy on that site? Right? If the site been along on the internet for years and still up, that means everybody's happy with that site and is using it. That's not how it works somehow. You make it sound like the internet's bad, but we're the ones using the internet as human beings. So that makes us look, well, it's us then. Because we're all a bunch of haters. We're all a bunch of jealous. And they acting like you never grew up with Michael Jackson music. That's why I don't understand music sometimes. Well, we all grew up with Michael Jackson music. Because they all rapping and saying, I'm the tough guy in the rap song. But we all grew up with Michael Jackson music. So, I'm just saying, if you haven't have a hard life living down that street, there's a lot of streets in America. Try to blame the streets. They try to blame the internet. They try to blame one person over the internet and expect the internet to be fixed because they blame one person over the internet. No, it's not going to be fixed because you decided to call somebody a name and bully them and make fun of them. How far of a future do you think the internet will be? So no, I said something in my speech. You can't beat each other up in a sex generation and expect the sex to be good on the internet. So I don't know who's fucking up the internet, but I hope you realize if the internet was safe as hell, you know how much more sex, that's it. If the internet was way more safer, that means you can't argue the fact that the internet is not safe at court. There it is. You make it look like the internet is not safe to use while the law is monitoring the internet. Well, that's stupid. You won't even have, so is people causing crime on purpose because there's something wrong with you guys in the world? Think about it. If everybody's getting along, world peace, everybody's safe, how much sex there will be in the sex generation world? It will push off the violence. The sex generation will push off the violence because nobody wants to watch people die and porn and sex. So violence will be pushed off, and violence in the future, the violence. Nobody wants violence. You're just some kind of idiot that wants to watch a lot of movies or something. Or I don't know what's wrong with it. Even the movie has a meaning in the movie, and then you didn't get the understanding of the movie. That's it. That's the key. If they make you believe that the internet is safe as hell, well, I guess you have to in the future. Because you claim that the internet is safe for the kids. If kids use the internet 24 hours, kids use the internet. I don't know if the court knows that. Kids use the internet all around. So the internet has to be safe as shit. You know? If I had a son and a daughter that used the internet in the future, I want that internet to be safe as hell. So it's kids safe. That sex generation world. So seems like somebody's trying to fuck up the internet so they can collect a little money off of sex and nudity. They have to make it look like the internet is bad so they can claim, well, then how's that my fault too then? If the internet's fucked up and not safe, you can't blame me. I'm just a veteran back home that came back from war, and I didn't know using the internet was that complicated in the United States of America. That's the key. It's misleading me. You're misleading me that the internet is unsafe for me to use, where the law is safe to monitoring the internet, and how easy it is to keep. You keep it safe for other people. Do you keep safe sex for the sex generation for other people for billions of years? You can't look at the internet that came out yesterday as it got the Matrix. So technically the internet been around billions of years. The internet been around billions of years because of the internet. Oh, I get the Matrix. I got the Matrix when I thought, what? I got the Matrix in the first movie. My favorite Matrix movies is the first one. Then I had to add in vampires. Well, I get it. I get the Matrix. And then remember when they slow down? That's what we do to each other. We don't know what year it is on this planet. We've been fucking each other's lives and scamming each other's time. We change time on this planet so much as there's Matrix. So it may look like it's 2026, but we've been on it's probably like fucking 90,000 years, freaking whatever, Matrix. That means we should be having flying cars. Everybody should be able to go into outer space for a field trip right now. But we all backstabbing each other over sex generation, getting jealous because one person got more ladies than the other person online or something. I got the Matrix. I gotta figure it out. I got it. The first Matrix, I got Matrix right away. Then it was a little confusion when they slowed down the movies. What the hell are they doing? They're trying to say that we fuck each other's lives up so much that we don't even know what time it is in Matrix. That we're slowing down our process of life on this planet because we're too stupid enough to do that in the Matrix. We all can be millionaires right now, but we're slowing ourselves down in the matrix. Once you scan my computer, you slow down my computer. So how many years we've been scamming each other's lives online and slowing down our time? And what year it really is on the internet? I get the matrix. My favorite movie is the first one, because I understood it. That there was naked ladies dancing in there, and I was like, what's going on? It's like, I didn't complain when there was naked ladies in the Matrix. I said, what's going on? Because I was trying, you got to put every movie together. Once they came out another Matrix, then I understand the slowing motion. And we are so stupid as life on planet Earth within the internet that we're not even smart enough to get along. That doesn't even make any sense. We all can be all get along with each other and be millionaires. So we're slowing down our process of life because each time it's different on each computer on the internet because each person been slowed down a different way with the matrix online. So you slowed down me. You're still acting like they found like 10,000 billions of porn on my computer. That's how much porn, how many people are using the internet? I didn't see shit. Y'all just lying so much, trying to take more from me. Y'all get mad at me like in a sex generation, but what do you expect me to do? It's a sex generation online. That's all people are doing. So you can't say sex is not safe online because you sound like an idiot as a law. The law is keeping sex safe on the internet. So what's the politics on sex and nudity? For you guys to screw my life over as an American hero back home. You're right. I should have been in a Back to the Future movie by now because my name is Michael and I understand Back to the Future. I have to lose weight though. I'll be a fat guy on the movie. That didn't even make any sense to me. You are arguing the fact that sex is bad and nobody's having sex online at court, but you're the ones having sex online in court. So how can people do that? Because you can't keep lying to the public about sex because it doesn't even make sense what you're lying about in a sex generation world. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to say is why it was okay for people to talk about sex in movies. It was okay to talk about sex in TV shows. It was okay to talk about sex in school. So are you making it more desirable? Is that it? You're like some kind of getting paid off on the streets that the court making sex more desirable? Because everybody knows what sex generation is. Right? If you take something away, like say, it was legal to smoke weed before, now we're going to take it away and wonder why people get mad. If that's the biggest conflict in the world, then there's something wrong with each other. You can't sit there and say, as the government, we can smoke weed, but we're not going to give it to the public. I don't think we'll be in the government anymore. So that's the same thing with the sex generation. In the 60s and 70s and the 80s and even in some of the 90s on the internet, everybody's enjoying sex and having a good time and finding love online with sex generation computers. So what's the benefits of making a stock lower? Because it seems like the reason why we got attacked in 9/11 is they was trying to lower the stocks. They was trying to lower the stocks in 9/11 because I think they had paperwork, backup paperwork. If they was trying to screw our information, by crashing into buildings. I think they had paperwork in that building, backup paperwork. So they were trying to lower our economy. They were trying to lower our economy. They're trying to steal America, and it's stupid. No, we have a good country. We all can sit there and act like it's a bad country, but we are smart enough to keep every street safe in America. As to we could keep all the streets in the whole world. I was say, you know how people watch TV? They said, "Oh, it's not happening on my street," but technically it is. Maybe it's not on the same road as you on the internet, but it's the same streets of America. So if one street's messed up, that street will affect the other streets that's on the other end of America. I would say that the same thing. All the streets in the world, if that one street's messed up, that's going to affect all the other streets in the world on the internet. So, but everybody's sitting there, oh, so what we can do, we can't figure out how to solve things, or I don't know what people think. Somebody's trying to lower the stocks with sex and nudity online and sex generations and raise it up to be a god of, I don't know, money. Somebody's growing the internet on purpose. And somehow I got scammed through the situation as an American hero back home. And everybody think they have the right to get mad at me. And I'm like, who are you? You're a human being. I don't know if you're some kind of Matrix and you're a vampire or something in the Matrix. But you didn't get the movie. We're putting vampires and scamming our computers and everything. We could change the Matrix overnight where we don't have to worry about vampires and werewolves and other things. Well, I'm the customer. If the internet is a business, I will consider that the internet is trying to be a company, the internet is trying to be a business. I'm the customer. If you want me to keep using the internet, see, that's another thing. The law has to allow you to keep using the internet or they won't find a way to get you in trouble. If you stop using the internet, there's no way you get in trouble. But you rely on the internet. So it's like, oh shit, I gotta use the internet anyways. So I might fucking take it up my ass and get in trouble because somehow in a sex generation, they don't know how to practice safe sex in a sex generation internet world. Well, the law wants to practice safe sex too online, right? The law wants to practice safe sex too in a sex generation. So yeah, I'm living in a very confusing time in my life where I'm like, well, you know, I was a shy, quiet kid. My grandpa died. I had to let out feelings. I felt like I was back at war, and I felt like I had to make people laugh. I said, I got to make myself laugh at war. I got to make everybody laugh because we're at war. You need laughter in the air. Everybody's all sad and angry and crying at war. I got to put laughter in the air. So I was trying to do that with the internet. I said, well, they gave me all this time. You gave me all this time just to sit there and screw my life over back home as a veteran where, well, how's that going to benefit you in the future? Nobody's going to go to, if you were, like, say you're a bad lawyer on the internet and how the social media, everybody knows that you're a bad lawyer. Nobody's going to hire you as a lawyer. So, sex generation, same thing. You know, everybody's sitting there acting like everybody wants to watch bad TV and bad television, and internet. Nope, not really. So, well, I feel like I have to go out of my way to explain things as to Everything should be explained by now in the world. I shouldn't. You make your veterans feel that they have to fix everything and help everybody back home as a veteran, and if you don't help them out the right way, you make your veterans feel better because you make your veterans feel like they didn't do enough. But we're veterans. What the heck you guys do if that's what you want to do at court around here? I served my country. You can argue about whatever like an idiot, but I sound more educated at court than you try and say there's no sex online and I should get yelled at like a little kid as an American hero back home. But we live in a sex generation. So don't you think in the future the sex is going to be even more safer to teach the kids, right? Practice safe sex with kids. You go to school, you teach your kids. It's like, how are we supposed to teach safe sex to kids if the law can't accept the sex generation world? Right? Oh, the reason why we invented the internet, so we have more channels to watch on television, and everybody could be a celebrity and an actor online, not die on television. That's not exactly a celebrity or an actor, because he died on television. So, yeah, I feel our generation doesn't want wars and violence and crime and gangsters and terrorists. We all want to be on American Got Talent, American Idol, and saying, well, hey, I don't know how many singers you need on American Got Talent in the world. Our talent's going to get better, I feel like. As you all want to, the law wants to monitor the internet to keep the internet safe. So in the future, it's going to be safe, okay? So you can't bully me and call me a name over the millions of nudity. That's what makes me mad. Because I wasn't trying to do anything bad. But you kind of you're trying to make it sound like I did something bad because you hacked my computer, and apparently everybody believes everything you hear online and it's so fucking fast. You don't even get a chance to be good friends to each other in the world. So I apologize if I didn't have some kind of social skills as the social media does online. Back home, that part, I have so much parties I got invited to. And you all tried to party with me and try it again and try it again. No, you couldn't tell that I was upset. You know, things in my life. I'm sorry my feelings and my emotions affect everybody else as a veteran. I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought you would understand my feelings and emotions as a veteran back home and try to help me. As you said on American television. So, I don't know if everybody always, that just feels like that's the only, it's like everybody's got to up each other just to respect each other, then get mad at each other just to kill each other, and then nothing at all. So what was the point of that? What's the point? So you try to tell me, that's my point. If the law's monitoring the internet and keeping the internet safe, then what are you doing? What is wrong with everybody? Nothing bad. If the law's monitoring the internet 24 hours a day, nothing bad should go on my computer and I want to get in trouble with the law. That's what common sense would make sense to me, because people will stop using the internet. But something keeping people coming back to the internet in a sex generation world. So how the heck we live in a world where we was comfortable to see sex in the world and we're comfortable to watch it in movies and television in the past, to now we're all uptight fucking prunes and killing each other as prunes in the world because you can't accept the sex generation? Is that the fucking shit that's coming out of my mind right now? And the reason why people are dying in the world because you can't stop being jealous of each other of a sex generation? Well, that's funny. Because life, right now, life could be easy for every single person. Like that. We were supposed to be further, right? I see why we now have hover cars and everybody's got their own little robot to play with at home because we're not keeping up with the matrix time. We just sit there. That's what it is. All we do is sit on the internet as life on this planet. That's why time seems so fast. That's why I'm 41 years old in the Matrix world, because you're all fucking man. You stop scaring my life. Get off my computer if you don't want, if you don't want to get mad at me, get the fuck off my computer and let me live my goddamn life as a human being and make the decisions on my own where I feel like, holy shit, we all got consciences from right from wrong and using the internet. There'd be no damn, it's like you want crime. You want crime on television. So I think people that put crime on television make it look, oh, you must know about the crime. You must did it. So everybody won't focus on you. So that's why they put crime on television. So they won't focus on who actually did the crime if we put it on television. Because now everybody knows something about the crime. So everybody must have did the crime if they watched the television. And the real person that did the crime gets away because he put it on television. Right? So, everybody's hiding for something on the internet where it seems like we all use the same sites. So, I'm just trying to figure out how the law can get mad at you where hopefully they're smart enough that everybody uses the same sites on these. Or do they? Because I guess since I'm not smart enough to figure out how to get the pop-up sites where I install security on my computer so pop-up sites won't get on my computer. But it still does. It's like we live in a world where we will determine your life before you do because we live in the internet world. So we can hack your life and screw it over before you determine how you want to live in life on the internet. How far of a future will we have on the internet? So no, sex and nudity is part of life on the internet nowadays. As the internet and is part of our lives now, sex and nudity is part of our lives. And apparently, I guess you guys just got to stop getting jealous of me because I'm using the internet back home and allow me to be who I want to be as Michael Commiso back home and get a life of your own and stop hacking my life and scamming me and bullying me or whatever you guys do on the internet now. I had to get that off before I show you my Pokemon cards. Because I want to be happy when I open my Pokemon cards. I don't want to be sad when I open my Pokemon cards. I want to show some type of enjoyment as everybody else online too. So, but I have to let out things because I keep telling the law that I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. Just because the law allowed me to get screwed over by getting scammed and hacked and whatever crap or whatever heck is going on doesn't give you the right to do the same thing as the law. So I don't know if this is guess who, what, and who did what online, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine if we all get along in the world on the internet, how much more sex there will be and nudity there will be. Somebody sees that. Apparently, a lot of billionaires can see that. Poor people don't see that. But you try to tell me that people living in a sex generation doesn't know that sex generation is going to keep going if you like it or not as the law, and you just got to accept us as humans online. I think the law has to accept us as humans online. Because I don't know what type of person can sit there and screw people's lives over on purpose, that sucks. If you go try to abide by the law on the internet and not get by, try not to get, that's you're trying to pick a fight with sex generation, where everybody's having sex online 24 hours a day in the sex generation online. So anybody that talks up to me and talks to me like I'm a bad guy because I found sex online, when you all can find sex, the law can find sex online on the computer, the judge can find sex online on the computer, everybody can find sex on the computer, cops can find sex on their computers when they go home. In the sex generation world. So yeah, I think it sucks what you guys did to me and bullied me and acting like sex came out yesterday, where sex and music, sex and everywhere. So if you're trying to hide the fact there's sex online, you're not doing too well. So I bought some Pokemon cards. I bought this at the dollar store. I want to draw this guy. I want to be like this guy, They said somebody came in and bought all the Pokemon cards. I only got a few more left. I said, I wish that was me. Imagine if I could buy all the Pokemon cards. I'll be done collecting all the Pokemon cards, right? But that's not the case, is it? So I said, I'll pick this one. He looks cool. I said, this guy looks like he's chilling. I said, this is a cool Pokemon, so that's why I got this one. Then I said, you know what? These containers are pretty cool too. I'm thinking about keeping the containers. That's another thing. Things are going to get built more too. There's going to be more money in the future. You all can act like you're all poor, trying to think of, there's going to be money. There's going to be money. Don't worry. I know everybody's acting like they're worried. But no. In reality, the future is coming no matter what. If this generation fucks up the internet, the next generation will fix the internet. And the future will still go in the future. So if our generation is too stupid enough to fix the internet, the next generation is going to practice safe sex. And as you all claim that sex is uncommon, that's another thing they're trying to claim that sex is uncommon and never happens on this planet at all. Then they said there's no sex online. Sex is not, it's not possible that you found sex, Commiso. It's not possible that you found sex online, Commiso. It's not possible that you found sex online, Commiso, in the sex generation world. That's what upsets me. I'm going through all this stuff for years, and I can have a good life back home by now as your American hero, because you can't accept veterans either on the internet. Just saying. Well, like I said, I just feel like I got jealous haters somehow on me back home that cock-blocked me for years and acting like I'm not good enough to be anything in life in the sex generation world. I don't know. I wish everybody stopped picking on me, because I feel like if you allow me to focus on art, I'm an artist. You all can sit there and lie like you didn't see art. That's another thing that bothers me at court. So who determines who's sending me bad pop-up sites after 9/11 as an American soldier, where people don't want bad pop-up sites in the future? People don't want their computer to crash in the future. People don't want their lives all over the internet and screwed over. Well, everything's on the internet anyway, so people are going to say, well, I'm going to show my life on YouTube, and everybody's going to watch it, okay? I'm going to show myself riding a little bike down the street on YouTube, and you're going to watch me ride my bike on YouTube in the future if you like it or not. I'm just saying, because you all rely on the internet. But whoever's fucking up the internet, they must say, if I fuck up the internet, I'm going to fuck up the world. Well, if we're too stupid enough to do that, where we all could be, we can all earn our money and be millionaires and everything. That's not my fault. And that's another thing. There's enough money in the world for everybody to have money. So who's screwing my life over for money? I feel like reason why people get screwed over in the since the law knows it's a sex generation, and you don't think some of the law trying to earn some money off of sex generation too, as everybody else on the internet. I'm just saying, you all get mad at me like you can't help a veteran out because you got mad at me or something. Because you just got jealous of me. Like, I'm right. The reason why veterans can't get a good welcome back home because some few people get jealous of you and trying to make you look bad on the internet. And that's all people do is trying to make each other look bad on. But why would you mess up the internet in a sex generation world where everybody can be a millionaire over sex and nudity in the future? So the court's lying to me, and they're getting mad at me for them to lie to me. That's the messed up part. You're lying to me, and you're lying to everybody to get mad at me. So then I lead to believe you're the one scamming my computer after 9/11. How social media, everybody's on the same site on the social media. I feel like everybody's on the same site in the social media, so nobody could have stood up for me as back home as friends and everything, you know. It's easy to stand up for Commiso because I stand up for people. You know, I feel like, man, I'm a nice guy. They're going to use, I just know it. They're going to say, well, you're not nice enough to this person, so I'm allowed to treat you something. I don't know how that. That's weird, isn't it? Look, that's weird how people think. And we come up with things, like we come up with cool, these Pokemon cards are cool. I don't have any against Pokemon cards. I'm just saying that I was trying to make the joke that I'm an old Pokemon trainer. And all these new Pokemons came out of nowhere. So whatever. So like I said in the past video, you can't, in the future, it's going to be harder and harder to try to get people in trouble over sex in a sex generation internet. Because you all can sit there and go home and act like there's no sex on your computers, but nobody's going to believe you no more in the sex generation world. So you're a liar and you're just mean to me and you can act like you want. But I'm still an American hero, and I feel like the only reason why I don't get invited to a lot of parties is the girls still come up to me nowadays and talk to me at parties as a veteran. And I guess you can't have that in the world as a veteran. We can have world peace. We can have all that. We're just so wrong. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. So let me hurry up and show the Pokemon. There's the Pokemon code. I can't keep up with the Pokemon code. Journey together. That's another point. Good point. We're going to take this journey together if you guys like it or not. Or whatever. In the sex generation world. We're all into this thing. That means if this planet dies, we all die with the planet. If the planet dies, we all die with the planet. No matter how big or bad you all walking around the streets, we all die in the end. So if we all know that we all die in the end, why do we make life so hard on each other as simple as everybody knows what sex is in a sex generation internet world? So maybe you could come, I guess you have to all come up a better way to try to make me feel bad at court back home in groups after 9/11 as an American hero, I guess. Yes, yes. That's serious. I always like try to be happy in the world. Well, one day I will figure out what these are for. Well, you're like, why can't you figure out what the barcode card for? Because I'm a true retro Pokemon collector. You didn't have barcodes back in the day. We don't even know what the heck a barcode is as a 90s kid, child in the 80s. We was focused on getting the cards. We was trying to get the cards to complete the set. Or I'm the only one that's doing it. So I don't have time to figure out what a barcode card is in the package. I gotta focus on the Pokemon right now. That is the wrong way. There you go. So a shiny card. So when people see, when I was in the military, we had sex. I think that's the reason why I'm getting bullied. Everybody must have hacked my life and know I took these classes and then in the military and everything. Sex education was in the military too, you know. So, sexual assault, it goes both ways. Men can get sexual assault too, not just women. That's what I was taught in the military. So, who will sexually assault each other online and make videos of each other? The porno business won't go far right in sex. So, I don't think people sexually assault each other in sex generation world where everybody wants to be on the internet about sex generation. It popped in my mind why everybody acts like I don't think about things. That's all I do is think about things. I try to fix my thinking with my thinking. There's a... Right? You see... I think it sucks that people use things against each other because they're a certain way or whatever kind of whatever. When we're all human beings and everything on the internet, and then since you know how to scam people's computers, I think you're an idiot. Because in the future, nobody's going to get scammed in the future. We're all millionaires. We're not stealing money from each other as millionaires. Because being a millionaire should be enough in the future. Well, unless we become quadrillionaires and we need more money in quadrillionaires. So I like that Commiso. Trillionaires. It's cool. It's a catchy song. Pokemon cards. Gotta be happy when you show a Pokemon card. I know, I'm trying to figure out what it is. If I look at the card for a while, I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh, that's the energy card. Everybody knows that one. Oh, there, look at that. Look at that shiny. Oh, I like that guy. Look, that's a cool card. I like Snorlax. That's his name, right? Snorlax. That's the guy. This one can put everybody to sleep. That's why you need this one. When you try to trap or catch Mewtwo, remember the Mewtwo in the game? You have to have a sleeping Pokemon. You have to put the Mewtwo to sleep so he won't transfer to a different... Because the only move he knows is teleport. That's why it's so nerve-wracking to try and catch Mewtwo, because he can't teleport. That's all he knows. So every time you think, oh, I got him, he teleports. So that's why you have to have a sleeping Pokemon. You have to put Mewtwo to sleep so you can keep attacking Mewtwo to where the ball is the level is enough, is weakened enough so you can go into the Pokemon ball. So I like this card. I picked the right one. I like that card. And he's also hard to get too. But I'm not telling my secret on how to get the harder Pokemons in the game. I felt like I only needed like 3 or... Because all I had to do is involve all the other Pokemon. Once you catch one Pokemon, they evolve into other Pokemon. So I felt like I only needed like 2 or 3 Pokemons. But I beat the game without them. So I don't think I did the game right. Because you're supposed to collect. I just beat the game because I had strong. I made Charizard super strong. I made Pikachu super strong. Nobody can beat my Pokemons in the whole game. That's how strong I made them. And I beat the game. But in the beginning of the game, it said, make sure you collect all the Pokemons to build up the Pokemon decks. I tried, so I went past that and beat the game. I got all the, when you beat the game, it's all got, like, when a movie goes off, it got all the words. It's like, I always felt like there was more to that game. I said, there's no way I beat this game already. I still have to collect more Pokemons. And once you beat the game, it starts all over again, and I'm like, confused. So now if I play the game again, I try to collect all the Pokemons. But it's impossible. One, you gotta collect all these tokens to get, it's the Dido, whatever the hell his name is, or it's the one that looks weird looking. That Dido, what's his name? You have to go to the casino to earn chips to win the Pokemon, and you don't, apparently there's a trick, you have to pick the right slot machine, and apparently I didn't know which one it was. Oh, the 2 of them. I guess there's a slot machine where you can earn a lot of tokens. You can sell your bike too, but it's still not enough tokens to buy the Pokemon. So, I figure it out one day. This is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Went to Commiso in battle points almost. I'm just showing my Pokemon cards, you know, if that's okay. And in the future, the law can't keep saying that they can't keep the internet safe from sex generation world where everything's going to be in the public in the future. Just oh, this guy's cool too. I like this guy too. He involves in a cool Pokemon. I like this guy. He's cool looking. I don't know about him. That's a new one for me. I recognize him too. He's cool to have. Look at that one. No? Oh, that one's cool. Listen. So, whatever. Ooh, energy card. I'm the only one in the world that gets a sight over energy card. Because you need them. Oh, wait, he's hard to get in the game too. Zapdos. That's why I try not to pronounce the name of the Pokemon. But he's the electric. The electric boogie woogie woogie woogie. Do the electric boogie woogie woogie woogie. When you find this card, the song Electric comes on in your mind. He's the one in one of the caves, and he's like super strong, taking out your Pokemon so you can't catch them. I already tell the secret. I'm not telling it again. Check. It, you- uh, you're supposed to make your Pokemon strong enough so uh, you can get the Pokemon. But if you make your Pokemon too strong, you just basically take out the Pokemon and you can't get it, and you can't get the Pokemon in the game no more. So I'm not telling you how to keep the Pokemon in the game so you can try again. So that was a cool one. Well, so far that was pretty good. From the dollar store? That's from a dollar store. That was a cool card from a dollar store. Oh, I don't think I mixed it up right. Look, I got another one. All right. I got the two of them. I got two of them. So there, all the Pokemon people in the world, I got two. And I just ran this, and I picked this one. And these two came in. So in your face, Pokemon people, you all got old Pokemon cards. You all can afford the older Pokemon cards and open up in their video and be all cool on the internet. Well, I'm sorry. I'm taking care of my parents and trying to pay bills on time and everything and help everybody. So going to the dollar store and finding two of the same card that looks cool. That's how simple it is. Please me as a veteran. Oh, was playing the drums or something. He's playing the drums. He's playing the drums. Oh, look at him. That's another, that came from the dollar store. I still have to open another container. So, see, maybe there was two of the same containers. So I don't know if I picked the right one with the cards. Huh? No, 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 no. He's pretty cool. Hmm? I got a webcam. They don't focus, right? Ooh, look at that thing. Ooh. Ooh. Energy card. Oh, he's cool. Seems like he got some powers. All right, now I got this one. Then I will give everybody a break for me if that's what you need in the world to understand each other more from Commiso. I will do that for you guys in the world. I did it. I did it. I figured out how to open a Pokemon pack. No, no. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. That one looks like the Pokemon's yelling at you. Look, that. So everybody stop fighting in the world. How are you going to play Pokemon and keep fighting in the world? Don't you want to play with Pokemon cards in the world? So yeah, I think that's kind of mean. To live in a world where everybody knows what sex is, bad nudity is, to bully one person over it, I think you can get a lot of trouble over it in the future as everybody live in a sex generation world, right? Look, look, Mewtwo, Mewtwo. He looks cool too. He could be in this package. the little bird in there could be in this practice. Let's see. Oh, that'd be cool if Mewtwo's in there. But I don't know how lucky I am. Oh, I am Irish. So maybe I got some luck of the Irish in me. And the Italian guy is just trying to make some meatball parmesan. that's why, or I got my family stick-headed. I got the Irish and the Italian. So imagine having Irish and Italian. Wow. Well, I mean, well, being Irish and Italian at the same time. Oh, oh, ooh, oh, it looks cool. Look at that shiny one. I don't think I mixed it up right. Did I do it? I don't know. I gotta go back in time. See if I did it. Ooh, that's a cool looking dude. Look at that guy. Oh, this is the non-shiny. Oh, I got the shiny one, and now I got the non-shiny. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. No, not really. There's like thousands of Pokemon. There's probably millions of Pokemon cards now. Millions of Pokemon cards. They expect me to collect millions of Pokemon cards, but they kept on bullying me and picking on me while I try to collect some Pokemon cards. What's wrong with collecting Pokemon cards? Everybody else is collecting Pokemon cards, but somehow y'all get upset with me. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Everybody's looking at the guy. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Energy cup. Energy cup. Energy cup. Energy cup. Energy cup. Energy. Ah! And a shiny card at the end. But there's more than one shiny card. So I don't know what's going on with the shiny card. There is a Mewtwo. A Mewtwo. A Mewtwo. Everybody wants to try to collect the Mewtwo, cause Mewtwo is the strongest Pokemon in the world. I don't know now, cause there's more than Mewtwo in the world. According to the movie, when I was a kid, Mewtwo is the one you want to have in your collection. We don't know. Sorry I can't find your rhyming words. Sorry everybody. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not doing it well. You're not doing it well. Everybody, ooh. Shiny little car. Shiny little car. Shiny little car. Another shiny little car. Shiny little car. A shiny little car. No, it's not. It's only got a little bit shine, not enough shine to be a shiny car. Sorry, little car, that you're not enough will be a shiny car. But that's okay with me. That's okay with me. I just don't have to collect that card again, cause I already have it. But then I don't know what for. Could get the checklist. Could get the checklist of the card, but then that be like a lot of things to do. Look at that guy. It's not shiny, but still a cool Pokemon for a non-shiny card. God, look at that little Pokemon card. Look at that one. Everybody seems to want to have that one too. Seems like too. Look at that little Pokemon. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Ooh, Hey, ooh, hey, ooh, hey, and look at that car. When you move it around, it shines a different kind of way. If you move it around, but if you don't move it around, you won't see the different type of shining on the car. Now this, and now this one, and now this one. And then you all can lay down. Don't worry about me still being online. And I don't know if I'm messing up the internet or not. Seems like you are messing up the internet. I'm trying to show you my code. That's what you're trying to do. You didn't want to see my card. 'Cause you get jealous of me. 'Cause I got a Pokemon card. Get jealous of me. No, I didn't even have a Pokemon card. So I don't know what you want from me as a veteran back home. Did you get mad at me? Man, it's not my fault. I can't always show you the greatest card in the world at times. But I say you all need the same Pokemon cards as me. So you bet eventually I'm gonna need this card. Y'all saying that's not the one you're looking in the package, but say you're gonna need it anyways. That's that spray. Super spray. Everybody needs that super spray. Now, you know. Now, you know. Look at this guy. He looks pretty good. I don't know who he is, but he sounds like a good guy to have around for a friend. As a Pokemon card. A Pokemon card. Look at that training. Look at that training. Can't really see because the webcam won't focus on damn card at the time when you need to focus on the card. That's my fault too. Blame everything on me. That's what you're trying to do. But I don't know what's that going to accomplish or anything. Blame me for everything. And I'm the goofy guy online. Kind of weird in the world. Wow, that's way to solve things, isn't it? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's never, ever gonna get you. Does it really matter to the world that I collect Pokemon cards or not? Is that really? Seriously? Get upset with me again? Everybody saying, you're not showing the cards right. You're not showing the cards right. Well, it's my card. It's my card. Ooh. Now there's a shiny card. There's a shiny card. I had to let that out. Sorry, all perfect. You all can handle your feelings and emotions at the time you need to. But I'm a disabled combat vet. After 9/11, my Commiso little bad buddies all up. We got a lot of them. You can't blame us as veterans of what we go through. You all been there too when you watch YouTube, saying sons get blown up. You think sons want to get blown up? No. They want to be part of the Pokemon cards and the sex generation online. You can't create sex generation to fuck it up online. That won't work. So don't just because a few people make that's it. Just because a few people make sex sound bad online, still living in the sex generation world. You can't blame me. I'm just living, man. Well, I hope all the generations online in the metrics world can handle my generation as Commiso. That's me being here online. I hope you can handle my generation as Commiso. Well, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the Batter Buddies Online. Can't blame me that the internet's messed up and it's my fault that you can't figure out how to fix it. And then you try to blame it on me. It's not cool.